Hello kids, how are you doing today? Are we ready for a new lesson? Okay, first of all, let's take a look what we're going to do today. I'm going to just try to highlight for you to show you. Today we are on Monday 8th, right? And according to our guide, we're going to have a pronunciation lab and listening. Today we're going to go to our textbook and work on the pronunciation lab on page 154 and on the listening and speaking on page 155. So please get your books ready so we can begin. All right, here we are. Let me just scroll down our camera so we can work on our book. So here we are. This is page 154, and this is the pronunciation lab for today's class. What we have to do, according to the instructions, let me just get my marker again. I think I like to show you. According to the pronunciation lab for today's class, we have to match the mixed up words to the correct bubble. Okay? So let me get my pointer and scroll down a little bit. Oh, sorry. Let me erase this. Okay. So we have all the bubbles in front of me. But if you can see something, if you pay attention, some of them have a correct word. For example, I can see body right here. You know what the body is, you remember? Cuerpo, right? I have another word right here. Never. You remember from the last week? Never, nunca. That's a frequency adverb. I have another one right here, often. Another frequency adverb, which is a menudo. I have another one right here from the vocabulary, sports. Now, what about this one? Let me change color so we can difference them. I have a word right here, esomitems. Esomitems is nothing. Now, are you understanding what we have to do? We have another one here, ernev. Ernev is not a word. So what I have to do, I have to come and look for the words that are correctly spelled and match them with those words that are misspelled. Never should go with this ernev. If you fix ernev, will be like, let's cross over this N. Let's cross over an E, the V, another E, and the R. You see how, okay? So this is going to be very easy for you to get it done. But before I continue, I would like to just take a look at some of the words from the vocabulary. Healthy. Do you remember the meaning of healthy? Exactly. Sano, saludable. Exactly. Now we have job right here. Job is nothing. Life, nothing. But sometimes, yes, it's a well-spelled word. Sometimes another frequency adverb, which means a veces. And trust, nothing for me. And notif, nothing for me. So I have to come and look for the correct words. Now, let me erase this. Now I have explained to you. So this was the vocabulary lab for today's class. And let me get my pointer, kids. Let's scroll down. And we have another thing right here. Complete the question with one of the words from the list on page 150. Then answer the questions. What do you like to do in your? And I have two spaces for this word. So I must go back and check on 150, I'm sorry, and look for the correct expression that must go on this line. All right, Now we have a bonus activity right here. It says divide the class into groups of 4. I am sorry, we're not going to class, so there's no way to do this activity. So I'm gonna skip it for today. But let's move on. Let's turn the page, please, to page, I'm sorry, kids, I'm in trouble right here, to page 155. Are you there? Okay, listening and speaking. So what I'm going to do, I am going to listen to the audio one more time in order to complete. Now let's check what the instructions are saying right here. Let me get some highlighter. Rosie, I'm sorry, kids. Rosie and Greg have very different lifestyles. Write or draw, you can write down or make a drawing of the activities that they do in their free, and you know what? This is not let me, okay, let's continue. They do in their free time and the kind of food they eat, okay? So we have a space for Rosie and we have a space for Greg. We have a space for food, for activities, and the effect. Because if you eat a lot of junk food, what is going to be the effect? You can get fat, right? But if you eat fruits and vegetables, you're going to be healthy. So this is going to be the effect. Now, kids, are you ready to listen to the audio? Okay, let's play it. It is not on this page, so I'm going to go back to another page where the audio might be. Okay, here it is. On 3, 2, 1. What happened? Here we go.
Listen to the conversation.
Welcome to PE class, children. Today we will talk about healthy habits. I will ask you some questions about your daily activities and what things you do in your free time.
What type of questions, Miss Jones?
Well, Greg, questions like what sports do you play and how often? Do you eat fruits and vegetables? Do you have breakfast before coming to school?
We're having trouble with the audio.
Or are you a couch potato?
I play many sports, Miss Jones. And I eat healthy food. Sometimes I stay up late to finish my homework. But I am never late for school.
Sometimes I don't eat my vegetables. I don't like them that much. So my mom doesn't make them very often. And I don't play sports. I know that I have to exercise if I want to be healthy.
Good for you, Rosie. You are treating your body well. Greg, you must exercise and try to eat healthy food. You are a good student, and you have a lot of friends. You could be a good athlete too. What do you do in your free time?
I watch TV and play video games.
I will give you a guide that shows healthy food you can eat. and good habits you should try, Greg. Take it home and share it with your family. It's never too late to start. I promise you that if you exercise and eat well, you are going to feel great. Do you have breakfast before coming to school?
Usually, but sometimes I wake up late and I don't have time.
Children, you must know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Greg, are you a couch potato?
Well, I think I am, but I don't want to be anymore.
I'm glad you want to change your daily habits, Greg. You are a very smart boy. I will always be here to help you or anyone who needs me.
All right, kids. Now let's continue with our class. Let's go back to our page, and this is page 155. So now that we have heard the audio for one more time, we can tell which food does Rosie like. So we can make a drawing, okay? Or we can just write it down. About Rosie, about her activities, the same thing, and the effect. Now the food that Greg likes, I don't know, could it be something like hamburgers maybe? Does this look like a hamburger? I don't know, could be. Or sodas. I'm not very good at drawing with this, but you can do better than that. The activities, I think Greg just liked to watch TV on the couch. I don't know. You tell me. I'm just guessing right here. So I can draw my couch and Greg over here sitting watching TV. Okay? But as I said, you can do better. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, kids. So once you're done with this, give me 1 second. Let me get my pointer back again. And once you do Rosie and Greg, says the very end, work with a partner. Talk about your drawings, and your conclusions. How do you think the children will feel in the future? Describe how Rosie and Greg will be when they grow up. Do you think the children will be happy or sad, and why? So since we cannot tell this to our partner, I'm going to ask you to please go ahead and write it down on your notebook. Van a escribir esto en su cuaderno. This last segment, please, kids. All right? Give me a second. Here we go. So this one over here, as I said, you cannot talk it. So please write it down on your notebook and take a picture and send it with the homework. So kids, if there are no further questions, I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for being in my class one more time. I'm looking forward to see you again. Until the next one, please don't forget to study and do your homework. All right? So let me see. How do we say goodbye from here? Stop sharing. And here we go. I'm going to say goodbye in 3, 2, 1.